friends, it's Jennifer from the patio, and today is Wanderlust Wednesday, where every Wednesday takes you somewhere new, no passport required, especially this week because we are working on our Staycation Folio. And what is a staycation? It is when you don't go anywhere far, but you have a really good time. So we are putting this kit together. It's a free kit. Go to my Ko-fi shop and grab your kit. It's only going to be out there for a limited time for free while we are in this Wanderlust Wednesday fun time. So go grab your kit. It comes with journaling pages that depict about 12 different staycation places for you to go. This would make, I was thinking about it, this would make a really cool gift for somebody. And, it doesn't have to be summer. Of course, I did a summer depiction. But how fun would it be to do this in the fall? And I might even actually do that. Create one with a fall vibe with some, changing leaves and falling leaves and just fun stuff like that, like sweaters and good stuff. Anywho, you're going to get some journaling pages. You get about 16 journaling cards. You're going to get some plain pockets in all of the different muted blues and greens and brown colors and that match the paper. You also get a prompt for each of the staycation places. So like this one is a local park picnic, and then it just asks you, 4 questions. Every one of them have 4 things to do or reflections. So this one is, what did you pack in your basket? Describe the sky above you today. Press a leaf or a flower that caught your eye. And who would you invite next time? So just fun little prompts like that. So you have those. And then I also did just like a kind of a word for each area. So one of them is go to a coffee shop. And so this one is savor. Sip the moment, let it linger. And so I did one for each of the different places. But you'll see when you get the kit. And then I also did some labels. And so I've already cut them all out and have inked them up and made them look nice and grungy the way we like it. And then also you get a couple of transparent, these are script writing, and each of these sayings has to do with each of the prompts, each of the places that you go. So you don't have to print them on vellum, but I did because I'm going to cut some out and put it behind here. I also I'm going to cut some circles out in my pockets so that I can put these behind it. I also printed on this grunged up tracing paper and actually went through my my printer like that. And I was like, and then I'm like, oh no, I love it. Don't you know we love it, a whole grungy look. So anyway, so I think that'll look cute back there. Doesn't necessarily have to be behind it. And so you have those. And then today I also have some book page. It's doubled dictionary page, so it'll be nice and sturdy to use as some backdrop. I also have my trusty little snippet jar that has all kinds of fun little snippets and cuts and stuff, so we may use some of that. I also have my big jar of lace and that's a pretty green. Lace and just little tidbits of different things. I actually have some tea bag in there. So just some different things that, we might use. And then I also have my buttons handy. And I have to kind of move them away so that they don't put a glare on the table because of the way the sun comes in on the right and the left. Anyway, I have my buttons handy, so in case we want to use those. So we are just going to play. I already have everything out this morning. I cut me some clear acetate, just little windows to put behind my pockets. So anyway, we've got lots of fun things to do today, which reminds me I need to get out my look how fun. Look at these. I got these at Goodwill the other day, and I got, let's see, 6 of them for 99 cents. And I was like, well, I can definitely use that in my journal. So anyway, I got a bunch of those. And I was looking for, yes, there it is. I need some of this. We are going to need to put some of this down. Instead of using washi tape, I'll use this. But I will put some glue on it. Of course, we're going to be using art glitter glue, my Lineco glue, and some scissors, whatever else we may use. I may grunge this up a little bit, but I kind of like this crispness of the pictures. So anyway, go grab your kit. It's on my Ko-fi shop. It's called Staycation Snippet Digital Kit. Anywho, let's get to getting. We've got things to do. Yes, we do. Okay, so I already cut everything out, so let me put that aside. And then I also, last week I showed you how to make this really cool tab binding folio. So I used file folders, and I think I used 4, and I got 2 out of each one. So one file folder, I got 2 of these. So the binding is pretty simple, and if you've never done it before, go check out last week's Wanderlust Wednesday, and I'll show you how to do it. Now, I do recommend using an even number in your folio. The reason I didn't is because, for me, because I am going to use this, I wanted another extra one. So instead of 6, I think I used 7. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I used 7 because I wanted to have some extra pages in the back for me to write on. So there are 12 of these prompts, and so we're going to put these down today. So the front, I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I believe I'm going to put like a little plate here, and that says Staycation. I don't know why every time I start talking, I just get a little verklempt. I'm sorry about that. Anywho, so I'm not going to do anything to the front yet. So when I open it, what I would like to have is my first page. And on it, it doesn't matter what order you go in, what you want to do, but I really love the picnic one. I love the colors. And then I also love this public library one too. So anywho, we're going to put these down. And I'd like for them to be up. See, like this one, I'm probably going to put on that side. But I want to go up the same height on each of them, because I'm thinking I'm going to put something down here. I don't know what yet. So I'm going to mark up. I'm going to just do 1 inch. I think that 1 inch will get me. An inch will get me. My husband's coming in. He had just run errands, so I was like giving him the little finger of like, hey, I'm videoing. That's Daddy. It's Daddy. It's okay. Okay, everybody's in and all is good. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I was looking and I think 1 inch up might be a little bit too much. So I think I'm going to do 3/4 of an inch, which would bring it to about there. So it gives it a little bit of room at the top. So I'm going to mark it, and I can... And I'm going to go ahead and do all of them. So I'm going to just go up from each one of these. I'm going to do it every opposite of every page. So that one I did on the right. This one I'm going to do on the left. And then this one will be on the right. And then this one will be on the left. So they'll be kind of on the same page, but I just think just kind of going back and forth is better than having them all on the same side. Okay. But you do whatever you want. If you don't want them to be like that, you do them how you would like to do them. I just like to kind of mix it up. Oop, mix it up a little bit. Did I do this one right? 3/4, yeah. And then that one is there, and then this one will be here. I'm getting kind of inapproximate. It doesn't. I just don't want them to be like, oh, some are down and some are up. So sometimes I can be anal, so I have to. And then sometimes I'm just, free where I'm like, hey, whatever. But on this, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. So hopefully those of you that are following along, you have already made your folio and you are ready to go and start to put these in. So, okay, so our first one's going to go here. And I'm just going to do, like I said, just a general, let's get that, we're going to center it. So that'll be our first little staycation place. And I don't like using Lineco because you can see the lines behind the paper. So I think I'm going to do, UHU glue on the inside. And then I'm going to put, let me get a fresh page. I'm sure that's just so busy and you guys are going, please stop. I think I'm just going to do Lineco on the edges. So let me just get this, and hopefully I have a fresh one. I had my little markers out so I wouldn't go above. So we're just going to put this down on the inside just to get that all stuck down. And then I'll do Lineco on the outside. And then that way it's the best of both worlds. So I'm really enjoying working in this kit and just having a good time. I hope you are too. I love the colors. I'm really enjoying just the color pattern. And yes, this is going to probably bow a little bit, but I'm going to stick it under something so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, so we're going to do about right there. I'm more worried about it lining up on the edges. Okay, that looks good. I can just barely see it. So I am not worried about that. I can erase it. Get that down. Press it out. I just think it looks better than having, like, you can see the lines from the glue. Especially because some of these have the light color in the middle. So, anywho, I was going to say I could measure this and you could make your own, but the reality is, why would you do that if you can go get it for free? Now, after this staycation, or actually after Wanderlust is over, because I'm only doing it through the summer, I'm going to take it off as a freebie. And so, yeah, after that, if you're watching my video and you just, you may have to go and buy it. I don't know. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to go ahead and just stick all the pages down first, and then we'll go back and we'll put the pockets. Okay, so we have the picnic, and then let's see, something like we don't have to go in order, but how about a farmer's market? And some are going to be on top of the, oh wait, I put it on that side. Okay. Some are going to be on top of these, and that's okay. Okay. And I've already inked everything, so everything is ready to go. I'm just going to put some of this good old glue down. I need to get me some more of that. And I'll just put a little bit down here. Try to get it where it's not crookeded. Okay. I hope you guys are really enjoying this kit. I know some of you have really said that you're loving it, which I think is awesome. And I hope you do, because I think it's a fun kit. Okay, so I'm going to push that down right there. You got to move over just a hair. And we got to pull that up just a hair. Okay, is that right? That looks good. I'm more worried about this. I was trying to line this up, but let's don't do that. Got to press that down because I have that other one on that other side. Just got to get that down. And then I'll do that, because that'll help with that side. Okay, not enough glue over here. Not enough glue. I don't want it squirting out. You know how I am with the whole pushing things out. Okay. Okay, so then you're going to turn it, and then it'll be on this side. Okay, every other one, every other one. How about a sunset at an overlook? My husband and I went on our little drive to, I think I told you guys, we have like it's called the Dike, and it is a peninsula. I don't know how many miles it is, but it's quite a few miles. And a lot of people come here from surrounding cities to fish. But it's really pretty, and at nighttime we like to go and we'll watch the dolphins. But last night we grabbed us a hamburger, and then we went out there and just sat and, you know, enjoyed the view and each other and our food. And so anyway, this is kind of, I did it last night. But it's not an overlook, but we do have one here. So let me get this as close to the side as I can without it being, well, not doing a very good job of that. Okay. Get that. Don't you mess up on me. I got two glues going on here, and it is going to bow my paper if I don't do it quickly. That's the only thing about this. I printed this on the Epson Premium Matte, Presentation Matte Finish, so it just came out beautifully, and I love it. So the paper's a little bit thinner. Okay, so it's on that side, and then it's going to be on this side. How about a free museum or gallery? Yes, sirree. We can do that. So let's get that down. Try not to press too hard, but enough to where it's not going to bow up or come up in any pockets or anything, because sometimes that's what happens. Okay, I'm going to try to stick to the edges and see if I can do it. I like to have my finger down, but I'm going through the glue because that's how I guide it. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm verklempt. Okay, so this side. And then we're going to put that down, like go up just a hair and out and out and up and out and out and out. Okay, there. Yeah, because that's one thing about when you turn the pages, you don't want it to be here and then up here and then down here. And so I'm trying to get the aesthetics going here. The aesthetics are going, so it's left and then it's going to be right. How about the local beach? I'm going to turn this over. I think I'm coming to the end of this one. We shall see. We shall see. These glue sticks do not last very long. That is for sure. That is for sure. So I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you're doing good. Hope you are healthy and happy and just having a happy craft day. Wednesdays seem to be a good craft day. Okay. I can't even guarantee that these file folders are squared or not. Okay, next, put that here. How about something from home, a window from a view from a window? How about that? That is always a good staycation. Okay. I'm going to press that back in there. So when I bring it up, it won't be when you got it on your finger. Okay. I gotta hold, because this thing is just gonna start bowing. Okay. I'm trying to get it close to the edge. See how I use my finger, my little pinky? I lay it down and then I use it as a guide. Okay, we are over on this side. Let me tell you, anywhere there's a cup of coffee, that is a staycation. I love me some coffee. Let's see if I can get that out. Yeah. Now you stop that little glue. Okay. Get these in here. And it does take some time. And I'm sure you're probably like, I don't want to watch you put those in there. And that is okay. If you do not, fast forward Or I could fast forward and then come back. Yeah, how about I do that? Okay, I'll finish this and I'll be right back. Okie dokie, I have completed putting all the pages in, so let's look at them. We have one on the right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and then I think there's one more. Yeah, public library was my last one because that's my favorite, and I go there all the time, so I put that as last. Okay, and then I have this that's left, and the reason I didn't want to have any of these on the front or the back, and so I wanted to have extra writing. So I suggest you do, and there's nothing wrong with having 2 tabs on the back. It's just not going to be as sturdy because we have 3 in the front. But it doesn't, I mean, as long as you're, you know, not acting like a crazy person, and, you know, you'll be fine. So anyway, look how, you know, because I didn't put these strips real tight, but I put them tight enough to hold. But look how thin it is. Already with the paper, that's good. So now we're going to just start putting in our pockets and matching colors and deciding whether, you know, what we want for. And I have to be careful when I put these in because these tags are just, I mean, I have to put it just right on the edge because, you know, some of this glue, it starts to spread. Okay, so I haven't cut out the circles on all of these yet because I didn't know if I wanted to do it for every one of them. So let me see how tall the tag is. So if I put this, I think I'm going to put this down and have that up, and then I'm going to have something here. I don't know what yet. A saying or something. I don't know. So I don't know if I want green. I love the blue with that. Let me kind of put them in order because some of these blues are a different tone. There's green, and there's that different green. There's that. It's kind of like a sea foam is what that is, if you can see that. And there is, those are pretty. There's actually, so there's 4 of those. I did 2 of those. Some of these are different than the others, and I'm probably not going to be able to tell which ones are because they look kind of all look the same. But I do know that my numbers were different, so I don't know. They all look the same. So and I love that color blue, so we'll go with that. And then these 2, and then these are a little bit darker. So I have 2 of these. I'm just going to put these to the side so I can pick from them because I want them to be. I'm going to put these up here to distinguish the difference. And then these, see, that looks lighter. I know they're different, but this one looks like a lighter color. So I think these are different than these. So I'll put these up here. Not that you can really tell a difference, but okay. And then as we do that, I'll decide what it is that I want in the back. One thing I did do, and I need to put this out as a freebie, I went and did some fussy cuts so that if I wanted to, I could use them. Plus, I tried to do them, because this is 2 by 2, so I tried to make them where they would fit. A portion of it would fit. Like I want that to be, the coffee cup to be on the windowsill now. And so anyway, I kind of did it like that because my punch is 2 inches. So that's what I went with, was that. But if you have a bigger punch and you want to do it a little bit bigger, you just have to be careful because, you know, your pocket's not that big. So anyway, I have that. So I'll put that out there as a freebie. And there's those. I'm not worried about the prompts yet, but I do want to get these out. Let me get myself situated here so I can kind of see. I also really thought about, you know, using some of these just to overlay, just kind of overlay on the pocket, or you know, overlay on here. Of course, you know, you have to stick it down. So that's the only thing is you're, you know, you're going to see, you know what I'm going to look at? I did, I made this for my bubblegum Christmas, and I stuck this down with just regular glue, and see, it dried clear, if y'all watch that one. So I'm okay with that. Yeah, you can't even see any of it. So that's a good thing. Yeah, go check that out. I made that. I'm making ephemera for my bubblegum Christmas journal. Okay, so we could definitely do that. And the other thing is, I know glue stick does work, but once again, it's a wet glue, so it's gonna, like, you know, bubble up. Okay, so anyway, I have this to work with. I have this to work with. And we'll put these up here. And then I have this to work with. And then I also have those, which I'll put those aside. Okay, for this, I think I want to have this color. So I'm going to put that there. And I kind of want to have that little basket just kind of in the background. What do you think? I didn't cut these out yet, so I'm not going to use a whole lot of them, because that's, and I'll be sitting here all day cutting things out with you guys, and that's not what you want to see. I get it. So let's just cut this out as best we can. In a quick, fun manner. I can't talk while I'm doing this. I don't know why. I'm not real proficient on fussy cutting, so I have to, like, hold my breath while I'm doing it. I don't know why. I'm just like, it is not my forte. It's not my skill. It's not my skill. Okay. Okay, okay. That looks so good. Let me go and ink. Okay, and guess what? When you ink it, it looks even better. Better with butter, better with ink. Everything's better with butter, and everything's better with ink. I mean, seriously. See? That looks good. Okay, so here's what I want to do. First, I want to get that ink off of that. I've got to get a new dauber. They just go so quickly. Okay, I kind of want it to be there. So, let me see. I had my punch out. So, I'll just do it here. It's just going to be what it is. And, of course, I'm saving these because... And then we'll put that back there with the thing. That's going to look good. Okay. You know what? How cute would that be if it was just hanging out? But I can't do that because I'm going to actually put some vellum or some acetate. So let's get this all inked up around. I usually don't do it over my projects because this thing is shedding. So, and it leaves like little pieces on my project and then it smears. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so I went ahead and pre-cut some shapes out, so we're good there. So, we are going to put this like this. And I'm going to use art. Hopefully, art will be acting correctly today because this weather, I don't know what it is. I tell you guys every time I pull him out, he is cantankerous. Sometimes he wants to work and sometimes he doesn't. Okay, I'm just going to put the glue around the edge. I don't want to get it too close to the circle. So when you put it on, you have to be gentle, and then you just want to hold it for a second and kind of let it sit for just a second and pull, and then you want to push away from the circle. Okay, so let me move that, and then I'm going to hold it and just go push away. Push away so that that glue doesn't come through. Push away, push away. Now the other thing I can do is I can leave this and I can put my basket, I can either put it like that and adhere it to the acetate, or I can put it on the back, and then, or I can put it on the tag, which is what I was thinking. So that when the tag's in there, it'll be on the tag. That's kind of what I was thinking. And do I want that one to be there? Kind of pulls the green out. I have so many to pick from. Definitely not that. That one might be. No. I kind of like the green. Let me just look through these. Not the orange. Not that. This blue. No. 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 I kind of like that one. Okay, so I think I'm going to attach this basket to my tag. So if this is here, and then this is going to be like this, then I need it about where that word is, like this. And as long as you can see it, that is all that I am thinking about. So let me just put a little glue on it. I want them all to be different, so I don't want them all to look the same. So I'm trying to, you know, like, okay, I want this to be here and this to be here. Okay. Okay. And then if that goes like that, this goes like this. Yes, I think that's going to look good. Okay. So that is all ready to go. And that is dry. So I do want to put a little bit of washi tape or something on here with some, because it's going to impede. Now, I only need it on the top. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use this painter's tape, because it's a pretty decent size. And I'll just take a little bit of piece off of it, so it's not too big. And it is nice and sticky. However, I don't want it to come off. Art, why are you acting that way? That's fine. See, I'll just use Lineco. I don't care. If you're going to be that way, then I will use something else. And then I'm going to put it like this over that so that it just doesn't catch on that. Make sure there's no glue seeping out and then causing my pocket to stick. Okay, and then I'm going to just try to go as thin as I can, because I know this Lineco. I mean, that you can barely see it, but I know it's there. Okay, let's do it. Okay. I could have put something back there, but yes, that's going to fit. Okay, I just want it to dry. Just wanted to make sure it was going to look good. Okay, let me turn this over like this and then press it from the back. Okay, and then we won't mess with it. So we know this one goes in there. Okay, so the next one we're going to put on this side. And I love this green color with that, especially with these. I think that looks good. Now, what do I want to do? I believe I am going to put just some words or something like that across there. So let me cut this out. I kind of want to rip it is what I wanted to do, but vellum is not real easy to rip. Okay. So I have that. So let me rip it from this side. Rip it down. I'm not going to be able to get all the text on here, so I kind of like that jagged edge though. That looks good. And then it'll be kind of smooth on the top. Smooth but jagged on the top. Okay. And then, so it'll be like that. The air is sweet with strawberries, and the chatter of friendly strangers. I walk past baskets of color and stories told in seasonal flavors. Every stop, a reminder that nourishment comes in more ways than one. That goes with that. Okay, I like that. Now I also don't want just that. So let's see. Maybe I can do like I also have these, so I can definitely do that. So you can see a little bit of that through there. And then I want to do but just a long piece of this paper. And I love this because it, I don't want the title or the top word. This is double dictionary page, which I really like because it just works well. Let me see what's on the back. Maybe activate. Let me see what's on this side. After dinner. Okay, so I'm going to have that, then this, and then that maybe over the top. Okay, that's what we're going to do. I like it. I might put a little sunflower or something on there. Let me get my ink out. I think I have enough on this, but let me get it out just in case I need it. Well, the other thing I could do is I could put one of these, and then that way it's bigger. Let me see what, to pause, to look, to really see. Wonder, no destination, explore, follow the trail, collect joy like peaches at a morning stand. That's awesome. Yes. Let me put this back in art because he's acting ugly again. Okay. So let's do that. And then we'll put this underneath it, and then we'll put this as an overlay. Or I'll put this in the back. You won't be able to read it though, and I kind of want you to be able to read it. I don't know. See, this is the hard part that because decorating takes the longest of like, okay, what do I want to have behind it? What do I want it to look like? You'll be able to read a little bit of it. And honestly, it doesn't really have, that's what I'm saying. I'm so simple that I would be okay just seeing this on there. You know? Doesn't have to have anything. And they're all going to be different. So, let's do... This one is literally just going to be torn right up. Let me get it to where it'll go just like that. And you're not going to lose a whole lot. Like that. And then I'll leave it jagged. And then I will ink it. Ink it up. I mean, you don't have to use these, and I'm not going to use one on every one, but I gave you a saying for every one of the prompts. So, yeah, that one looks good. And then some of these I'm going to attach to the prompt itself, and then I'm going to stick in. So, I think I'm good with that. Okay, so let me put this down first. I always want to go from the top. I'm going to try to do it as thin as I possibly can. Look at that precision. See how I used my pinky? That's precision. I wanted to not be so close to the edge. Okay, let me line this up and see if it's, I think that might be a little high. Get that excess glue out. I'm going to pop that up just a little bit so that I can get a card in there. I always like to just kind of pop it up and hold it. Okay, and then I'm going to use, dun dun dun, this is going to take us a little bit longer, me a little bit longer than I had anticipated. I'm okay with that, if you are. We'll just do this every Wednesday until it's complete. And I'm going to take it all the way to the edge, all the way to the edge. Edge, 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 edge. Yes, it's going to curl. And I knew it was, so. But I'm okay with that. Let's get it right. It needs to go. it sticks over a little, I'm okay with that. I like the jagged edges. And I think what I'll do after I hold this down, because I don't want the edges to curl. Let me entertain you. No, let me get my bone folder and push it down really good. I can see right there. Okay, I think we're good. And then what we can do is we can put one of these down here. It might cover up something where, but that says that's okay. Okay, wandering without a map. Wander where the wild blooms grow. The trail beneath my feet. Shadows of old streets, no, a path well wandered, a moment made of light, a picnic among the pines, one step off the beaten path, the scent of summer air, I like that, whispers among the shelves, echoes in the gallery, stories in the sidewalk, that's like going down Driftwood Daydreams Beach, notes from a slower day, collected in stillness, little joys found nearby. I do like that. Okay, tied up with twine and time. That's actually a good one. Let's do that one. Where memory meets place. Petals, pebbles, and paws. Beneath the quiet sky. I have to refresh myself of what these are. Where water meets wonder. A basket of local color. In the garden's bloom. So I could do tied it with twine and time or a basket of local color. We'll do that because that is very pretty. Okay. We're not getting very far. Let me see where we are. 52. Oh my goodness. It's just crazy how long it takes to do this part. Na 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 na. Do I even need it? Do I even need it? I think it's too big. Let me just do that. And let me see. Let me just see if I need it. I don't know until I look and see what I got. Yes, I like it. Just a little subtle sticking out. Okay, let's do this. And then we'll attach it. Ah! No! I did good. That was a good save. That was a good save. I just want it to stick out and out. Okay, and then that'll go there. Okay. Can't go wrong with a good book page, right? Especially a dictionary page. Okay. So let's just put that here. Am I lined up? Looks like it. And you can still read all of that. Okay, so let me see. And this one has blue on the back. So this one's going to go in here. Like so. Oops, that's getting a little hot on that. Okay, so that one looks good. Basket, basket. And then this one looks good. Now let's see. I think I'm going to do one of the orange ones on this because it'll pull out that. Not that. I think they were. Doop, 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 doop. Okay, so I kind of want to have an orange one. I say orange, but you know, something that has this color. I thought I had some different ones. Let me look again. Let me look. I think that's what I was thinking was one of these that has like the, that one doesn't have any brown orange tones. Okay, let me see which one I want. Let me see. I don't want to have to trim these. Now you may have to trim them and get the border off of there in order for them to fit if your glue doesn't go all the way around. Just so you know. I kind of like this color. And some of mine I trimmed a little bit closer, so let's get that in there. Okay. I can feel glue on that. I can feel the glue. Okay, so we got 2 done. That's about all we have done, and we're already too far along for. We don't want to just, you know, spend 2 hours here because you just don't have that kind of time. But I appreciate you coming, and we will do some more, and we will finish this. But I love, you know, we're just going to do some different things with what we have. So anyway, get your folio done. Go over to my Ko-fi shop, download the kit, cut out all the pages and all the pockets and everything, and then let's get crafting together. Let me get this. I don't have my glasses on because I took them off. But let's craft together and, you know, put this together, and I think it'll be fun. See, like this one. Let's see, I think that'll look good there. So I think I'll put that right there. Okay, anyway, that's what we're doing. And so I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. And I'll see you next Wednesday. But remember, you only know what you know till you know something different. Bye-bye.